Bro, there's a version of you out there, one that's respected, one that's rich, one that's unstoppable. That guy is out there living the life you want, driving what you want, earning what you want, looking the way you want. He's the charismatic, funny, and sharp. But right now, you're not him. You don't even know what it'll take to get there. You've got to build a plan, execute, and make that version of you come alive. That man exists. Go make it happen. I'm sick of this fake it till you make it bullshit. There's nothing fake about belief, nothing fake about knowing exactly what you want and smashing your way toward it. Start working to make the world catch up with what you already know. You're that guy. You've got to see through time, act accordingly, and stand ready to say, I fucking told you so to all those doubters. Everything you want is already real if you believe it. You've got to see through time, have a vision, have a plan, and make it happen to be that man you want to be. Here's the truth. If you're eating right, hitting the gym, training hard every day, it's impossible not to get results. I've never met a guy who truly puts in the work and ends up with nothing. The universe is ruthless but fair. It will give you anything you're relentless enough to demand. Imagine yourself with the body you want, build the plan, follow it, and you'll get it. The same goes for money, power, influence, you name it. If you're working, paying attention, building connections, you're getting rich, period. So enough with this fake it crap. No. You see it in your mind, you go out and you make it real. You force everyone else to see the world through your version of reality. You visualize that powerful version of yourself, and if people don't see it right now, you bend space-time until they damn well do. It's called belief. The power of belief is real. Words are powerful. Thoughts are weapons. If you want to level up, start using them. Here's a thought experiment for you. If I point a gun at your chest and pull the trigger, do you stand a better chance of surviving if you believe you're going to live? What if the last thing you say is either don't shoot, you'll kill me, or don't shoot, I'll get revenge on you? Which one of those sentences makes you more likely to survive? That's the power of words. Man, long before everyone else caught on, I was saying, I'm a sayer, I'm a sayer, I'm a say it. Comes true. I don't need some fluffy motivation to do tough shit. I just need to get the energy to say it out loud, and that's it. My word is a fucking bond, solid gold. I tell myself I'll do 1,000 push-ups. That means 1,000 push-ups are getting done. No backing down. So when I'm sitting there feeling lazy, thinking I don't want to move, I remember if I say it, then I've got to do it. And I've always got the energy to speak, so then I'm locked in. That's why I train every day. I say I'm training every day, and so I fucking train every day. I don't break promises to myself. My word is ironclad. Which means if I've never broken my word, never once said something I didn't mean, then if I say to some punk, if you shoot me, I'll hunt you down and finish the job, my body won't even let me die. I'll dig out that last bit of chi deep in my gut, get up and knock on his door to make his nightmare come true. Now, bro, hope isn't optional. It's life or death. My entire life was built on hope. You don't get to be a 4-time world champ without it. You don't endure brutal training, constant sacrifice, and the pain that comes with this level of success unless you believe deep down it's all going to be worth it. You got to believe in yourself, believe that your dreams are achievable. Regain that hope. I'm living proof it's possible. Was I telling the truth? You bet your ass I was. And I never lost hope. See, hope and vision, they're not the same. Vision is the target, it's knowing where you want to go. But hope's that unshakable belief that the vision will become reality. Discipline is when you believe so hard in what you're doing that the rest of the world becomes white noise. Why the hell would I waste time having fun when I could be working on myself? I take pride in doing what's hard, not entertaining myself with what's easy. Pride outshines fun every single time. And people who live like this, unbreakable. Here's the truth. You can find happiness in the thick of the battle, right in the middle of the struggle and stress. Happiness, real happiness, comes from fighting, from combat. Not just professional fighting, but fighting to keep what you value. If you're grateful for something, you fight to hold on to it. If it's your body, you train. If it's your girl, you make damn sure she knows you're the man. Fighting to maintain what you love or to win something new that's true appreciation. When you're fighting for something, you're alive. And when you're alive, you're fucking happy. Bro, you want to know what it takes for a man to be truly happy in today's world? First off, he needs a battle. A man without struggle is like a lion without a jungle. You're not going to be happy if you're sitting on your ass getting handed everything. Being born with everything, that's the worst damn thing a man could have. There's no glory without pain, no strength without a fight. Being rich is only worth it when you've got some scars from the times you were broke. You've got two choices: fight back or roll over. But here's what I don't get. How the hell can people even think of giving up? Imagine quitting. Imagine not stepping up. God bless me with this battle, and I'm grateful as hell for it. I'm more thankful for the struggle than anything else, because real men like us, we don't quit ever. Their bravery, that's what brings a man happiness. It's not about winning every time, but it's about stepping into the fire without fear. Real men aren't cowards. Bravery is what gives you that fire, that drive, the energy to keep going. You get addicted to that fight because it's the struggle that gives you the hit, the dopamine. And once you're addicted to it and you're capable, you become unstoppable. You're a goddamn force of nature. Fun, please. Fun is overrated. Festivals, clubs, parties, that's all a distraction. The only real thrill is winning, and that's why I work. People ask, Andrew, you're loaded. Why do you work so much? Because I have to. Winning is the only high worth chasing. Men were made to win. Even if I lose a coin flip, it bugs me all damn day. I'm supposed to win. I don't lose. And if you're feeling low, don't look for fun, look for a battle. Fun doesn't compare to courage, to fighting for a vision, to the rush of victory. Nothing is as sweet as victory. And don't overcomplicate things. There are only two forces in this world: stress and relaxation. Positive energy and negative energy. You can either fight the darkness or run from it, but remember, darkness moves fast. You have to be ready, and that comes from staying in the light, staying positive. God is light, positivity. And don't forget, true strength also comes from helping others. It's a man's nature to provide, to protect. If I care about a woman, I'm going to protect her, make sure she's safe. It's in my DNA to look after what's mine. That's the real masculine drive, power, and protection. Now, one more thing you need to get in your head: help people. You've got enough cash to throw some around, and you've got 10 minutes in your day to help someone worthy. I'm not saying let yourself get drained by parasites. Users and losers don't deserve your time. But if you see someone worth a damn, don't be stingy. Now, here's the next one. Pay attention, because this is critical. Today, we've hit on some serious topics, and I hope you took notes. This is what it takes to build a strong mentality. It's your mindset, that's your software. It's the code that runs your hardware, which is your body, your life. If your mindset is weak, you're weak. Simple as that. Let me make it clear: never believe in crap that strips away your power. You get your energy, the real juice for your life, from struggle, from battles. That's how you and your bloodline rise up. It doesn't matter how you feel, that's irrelevant. You've got responsibilities, and they don't care about your mood. You have a duty to show up, to be strong, because that's what keeps society running. And if you're here for the truth, listen up. It doesn't matter if you feel like hitting the gym or not, go anyway. Your girl left you heartbroken, too bad. She's done with you, get the hell over it. This advice is what the world needs. You listen to the nonsense about acting out your emotions, and you're just breeding weak men and dangerous men, stalkers, freaks, school shooters. These people are dangerous as hell. Look, the best things that ever happened to me were the worst things that happened to me. All the crap I've been through, that's what made me a man. You can't be good at being a man if you haven't gone through the fire. Understand this: being a good man and being good at being a man, they're two different things. To be good at being a man, you've got to go through hell and keep moving. When they come after you, try to ruin your reputation, bribe people to lie about you, dig up anyone they can to twist the truth, you've got to be calm, cold, and strategic. Sit there and think, all right, what's the next move? Who's gunning for me right now? All right, nobody's pulling the trigger, so it's not the worst it's been. Let's map out the board and make a plan. If you haven't had trauma, you're never going to be capable as a man. The strongest men have scars. The best cops, the real brave ones, they're only brave because they've been through the fire. Society needs men like that. Sure, there's the matrix society full of weak expectations, but then there's the real world. Smart women with a brain. They want a man who's strong, who can stand tall, who's intelligent, who provides. That's what real society needs. A man who's taken his pain, his trauma, and turned it into a weapon. That's what I'm telling people every day. I get emails from guys with a whole sob story of everything bad that's happened to them. And you know what I say? Fantastic. You're lucky as hell. All that crap you've been through, that's your arsenal. Those are the building blocks for you to become the man you want to be. If none of this happened to you, you'd be weak as hell when life throws another curveball at you, so be grateful. But what do? They come back at me with excuses. I told him, why are you making excuses? I just told you that everything you went through is a gift. Look at Batman, they killed his parents, and that's why he became Batman. You've got the pieces right there to become top dog when I retire. So stop whining. What are you complaining about? And then he's like, what do? I said, get to work. Take all that pain, all that heartbreak, and use it. If you're truly heartbroken, if it's keeping you up at night, then you've got energy to burn. Hit the gym, get jacked. You've got nothing else to do. Stop watching YouTube, stop emailing me, and start sending me pictures from the gym. Heartbreak, depression, sadness, those are all fuel. You're mad she left you, great. Get in shape, get rich, make sure that kind of pain never happens again. If you were ripped and loaded, she probably wouldn't have left your ass. So get it together, all right. Trauma, real trauma, is an essential part of being a man. The Matrix wants to tell you trauma's bad, that you should avoid it or numb yourself with pills. That's bullshit. Trauma's going to come, and as a man, you need to take it and own it and turn it into a weapon. That's what makes you the best version of yourself. That takes mental strength and stoicism, not some soft emotional response. Be emotional now. That'll leave you crying like a baby on TV, Logan Paul style, bawling like a bitch. The men who respect me, the ones backing me online, those are guys who've got their shit together. The men who hate me, they're fat, they're miserable. Look at the guys making takedown videos of me, they're objectively unattractive. Let's call it what it is. Not trying to be mean here, just calling it as I see it. These guys don't have their life sorted. And it's the same with women. You'll find 10 women who back me up, and they're all drop dead gorgeous. But then there's some troll sitting there with her crusty opinion saying Andrew's bad for women. Right. And you know what? Hate always comes from below, never from above. The people who've got their lives together, they get it. They understand what I'm saying. But the ones who failed, who know deep down that they're the ones responsible for their own failure, they see me, and I'm a mirror for them. I show them exactly where they went wrong. That's why they hate. It's because I'm a reminder of everything they could be, but aren't. And here's the worst part. The whole concept of protecting women has been weaponized against people like me as some kind of smear. The people trying to tear me down, calling me a misogynist, they don't give a shit about women. They're just some jealous trolls looking for any excuse to bring me down. There's this fat troll, some guy named Daz, who made a hit piece on me. Turns out on my last podcast, it came out he was messaging a 13-year-old girl. A fat pedophile made a video about me calling me dangerous for women, and it's got like 10 million views. Here he is saying he's protecting women, but he's a predator himself. He doesn't care about women. He's jealous of me and my life, so he found a way to attack me to make himself feel better. That's the real truth right there. If they can't make up lies and try to smear me, what else can they even do? They can't call me broke, can't call me dumb, can't call me lazy. What's left? Nothing. So what do? They go, oh, well, let's pretend he doesn't care. What a joke. I'm the guy building orphanages in Romania, running charities to rescue dogs, taking time out of my day to answer emails and talk guys out of suicide. What's this guy done for anyone? Nothing. But he's the good guy because he acts like he cares. No. It's just a vehicle for him to attack me, someone he knows is his superior in every measure of strength, success, and character. This is all just weaponized care. They pretend they care about this and that they don't care about shit. It's not about helping anyone. They're attacking me because I expose what they hate in themselves. I saw through it from day one. It's the Matrix pulling strings, taking coordinated shots, YouTube strike, metaban, every media platform taking turns to drag my name. Discord, Uber, Gmail, Twitch. It's a straight up coordinated hit piece. It's all crap. I've been saying this over and over. If you've got a strong opinion, you need to ask yourself if it's based on your own experiences or if someone else has fed it to you. If it's the latter, you've got to ask why. Look at the news. They'll have people so wound up arguing with their own families over what the news told them. Do you really think the news cares about you more than your own blood? Really sit and think on that. Ask yourself where each of your beliefs comes from. Analyze what these people pushing these ideas actually want from you. And if you look at something like COVID, just take a second to question it all. The same system that would bankrupt you with medical bills for cancer treatment is now pushing a free shot. Why are they giving out something for your health when they'd let you rot over a single missed payment? Otherwise, they don't care. But when you start teaching people, especially young men, to think for themselves, that's dangerous to the system. Look at Socrates. They accused him of corrupting the youth just for making them question things. And honestly, a huge portion of my followers are men 18 to 24 years old. Young masculine men thinking independently scares the hell out of authority. Because guess what? It's young men who start revolutions. It's young men who are the backbone of society. And when they stop blindly following, the whole structure starts to shake. Look, if you need people to go die in some ditch halfway across the world in Afghanistan, you don't call on feminists and liberals. You need the real men, the ones who'll do what has to be done. If you need someone to work some dead-end job in a coal mine, barely making enough to live, you need them, the warrior class. The guys who prop up this entire damn system, who grind through all the bullshit, keep it running. And when enough of these men get fed up and stand together, that's when revolutions happen. That's why the Matrix fears them more than anyone else, more than the loudmouths or the social justice warriors. So what does the system do? It tries to weaken them, water them down, make them compliant. Meanwhile, here I am saying, don't take their crap. Get strong, think for yourself, value your brotherhood above everything they shove down your throat. I'm saying resist the slave mind, and they're sitting there thinking, wait, this guy's out here telling millions of young men to ignore our garbage. This is bigger than me, bigger than any one person. Social media companies don't get it. I was doing long-form content on YouTube years back, real conversations, deep stuff, context. Now it's all TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram stories. TikTok's destroyed attention spans on a mass scale. People can't even watch a full minute before swiping. Everyone's got a DHD now, trained by the apps. Ever seen someone on TikTok? It's next, boring. Yeah, skip. There's no patience, no attention span. That's what's happening to billions of people. So they take one line, something I said in an 8-minute video, pull it out of context, throw it on TikTok. It's a joke, like when I said I wouldn't do CPR on a man. It's satire, but they clip it, edit it, strip the tone, and boom, it's viral. That's fine. But now we live in a world where anything you say can be twisted, turned against you, made into a weapon. And I'm not here complaining. I don't believe in complaining. I take full responsibility for what I say. But most people who get pissed at me, they've only seen 2-second clips taken out of context. If they actually watch my content, they'd get it. The idea I'd let my own brother or friend die right next to me, just because he's not a hot chick, it's absurd. But people take one clip, make a whole story out of it, and they buy it. It's the world we're living in. Here's the deal, if you actually watch my full videos, if you take in the whole thing, it all makes sense. But these little clips, they've ripped out all the context and shoved it in people's faces, and suddenly everyone's reacting based on half a sentence. That's the reality of the modern world. Sensationalism gets the clicks. Nobody has the patience to sit down and watch real content anymore. They've got zero attention span. They don't even try to understand. Add to that the groupthink, the group psychosis, and everyone thinking it's cool to hate just for the sake of hating. So now suddenly I'm the worst man in the world. Every sentence I say, I can explain it. People listen to the full story and they get it. But no, on TikTok, you've got people stopping women on the street, saying, "What do you think of Andrew Tate?" And half of them say, "We love Andrew Tate. I'd date a man like him." But then you get some others, "I hate him. He talks bad about women." And when they're asked what I actually said, they can't remember a damn thing. Why? Because they've been told what to believe, conditioned to wear the mask, repeat the script. They're NPCs, man. And let's talk about NPCs. Think of it like a video game. You're in an RPG and there's a non-playable character repeating the same lines over and over. That's what these people have become. Here's the harsh reality: half the population is more stupid than average. The maths and stats don't lie. There are just people out here repeating what they've been told. Tate's bad for women. Tate's bad for women, without a single thought for why they're saying it. So yeah, I've said before that corruption is more accessible in Eastern Europe. And let me break down what I mean. I live in Romania, a beautiful place full of good people. People ask me why I live in a corrupt country, and my answer is every country is corrupt. America, England, the EU, Russia, they're all corrupt. But if I'm going to live somewhere corrupt, I'd rather be where that corruption is accessible. Think of it this way. Imagine hypothetically you're the husband of a senator. You get caught up in some DUI in the USA. Guess what? You're all scot-free. But if you're some single mom working a minimum wage job trying to survive and you get a DUI, your life's over. That's the double standard in these so-called law-abiding places. The rules only apply until you reach a certain level, and then they're conveniently ignored. Look, it's straight up ridiculous that in these so-called first world countries, only the ultra-rich get access to the corruption level where they can do whatever they damn well please. If you're at the top, a senator's husband or some trust fund billionaire, you're untouchable. But for the rest, nothing. Let's take an example: Serbia. Same scenario, you're a senator's husband, DUI, and yeah, of course nothing happens. But if you're just a regular guy, worked a long shift, got unlucky, all you need to do is slip them $60. Sorry, mate. Here's some cash, just let me go home. And guess what? They let you go. This accessible corruption is more appealing than the twisted justice system back home, where they'll ruin some poor guy's life in the name of law and order and pat themselves on the back for it. There's no real law and order, just a high threshold for corruption out of reach for 99% of people. So yeah, I'm a chess player. And as a player, I analyze the board, see my options. I've got geographical freedom, financial freedom, so I choose to live in a place where I've got the most possible moves. Where does that take me? Somewhere my money means something. I'm not a billionaire, but I've got enough to go where the rules are more flexible. See, I laid all this out in a video, talked about it at length, explained my stance on corruption, even mentioned speeding fines. But they chopped it up, slapped on the misogyny label, twisted it to look bad, even threw in imaginary stuff about other crimes to paint me as some villain. It's absolute bullshit, all of it. And here's the irony: Bucharest, where I live, is 25 times safer than Washington, D.C. It's the most Christian country on earth, 99.3% Christian, churches everywhere, highly religious. It's just that the economic bracket is different. If you're in any second world country, you're dealing with different prices, different rules, but corruption's out there, ready for anyone who knows the game. It's all corrupt. The world's corrupt. Doctors, the judicial system, finance, medicine, every damn institution out there run by people is corrupt to some degree. And if you're smart, you see the whole board and make moves based on it. It's like realizing they've got cheat codes, they get to skip the rules. So why wouldn't I put myself where I can get a little flexibility too? If you're playing chess against someone who's moving their pieces however they want, while you're stuck playing by the book, you're just setting yourself up to lose forever. Look, it's just smart business sense to look at the game, the whole damn setup, and say, you know what, screw this. Let's flip the board, let's reset the pieces and play by my own rules. That's just real thinking. It's not about hating on any country I live in. I respect where I live. This isn't personal. It's human nature. This is the way first world, second world, third world, all of it functions. The whole world's wired like this. But people love to twist it. They take what I say and mix it up with some crap about women, trying to spin it like I'm talking about anything other than common things like speeding. Yes, that's the level here. America, same damn thing. If you've got any brain at all, you see America's got its own corruption mess going on. So yeah, the world is corrupt. Now tell me this, you really think the people controlling the entire system with all its power, all its resources, don't consider cheating to keep control? You think they don't say, let's tweak this little rule here, bend this over there? It's not fair. It's never been fair. If you faced real hardship, you learn that real quick. Fair fights, fair relationships, fair losses doesn't exist. The world's ruthless. But humans, oh, they love to play make-believe. They say, oh, don't worry, when we're in charge, we'll keep it fair. Absolute BS. The stronger you are, the more you're in a position to win, and you will do what it takes to stay on top. You have to. It's nature. If people cheat in a damn poker game or a football match, do you honestly think they'll stop short of cheating to control the entire world, please? And look at the people crying for more law, more rules. If you believe the system's corrupt, yet you're begging for them to have more power, you're playing yourself. It's the people pushing for more law and control that don't realize they're feeding the very corruption they complain about. And yeah, laws are essential. We don't want to live in some chaos state without rules. But here's the truth. When an empire's dying, it clings to laws like a sick man clings to medicine. That's why you see these first world countries hitting crisis after crisis. Energy crisis, they throw law at it. Crime, more law. As life gets harder, they got one answer, more damn laws. And yeah, law and order matters. You need some structure. But there's a tipping point. That's when you wake up, look around, and realize you're living in a system where even the average guy can barely survive against the weight of the laws themselves. And that's when you realize you're not free. You're just locked in a game where the rules were set to keep you losing. Look, when something goes wrong in these so-called first world nations, their answer is always the same: slap on more law. Energy crisis, make a law. Too much crime, more law. Inflation, just keep pumping out more laws. Print them like cash. It's law after law after law. You end up with a damn encyclopedia of laws that they can throw at anybody whenever they want. Now, here's what's interesting. I live in Romania, one of the poorest countries in Europe. Simple, straightforward society. The police cars barely do over 65 miles an hour. There's no heavy funding for a massive law enforcement complex. But guess what? There's no crime epidemic. They don't need a phone book-sized stack of laws. It's simple: don't kill anyone, don't act like an idiot, live a pretty decent life, and you're good. That's it. And this kind of simplicity exists in other places around the world, but in the so-called advanced nations, it's like we need a law for this, a law for that, how you use your phone, how you listen to the radio, how you send money, law after law after law after law. Now, think about this. If a society keeps churning out endless laws, where the hell do you think it leads sooner or later? It's tyranny, plain and simple. If they're adding new laws every day, eventually you won't even be able to walk outside without breaking some rule. And we've seen it places in America actually kept people locked in their houses. That's the end point of a society buried in its own damn laws. And don't think I'm just a pessimist. I'm just analyzing the game board and setting myself up to live a life that's true to myself, true to my values, true to God. I just want the freedom to do what I believe, to protect my family, to live without constantly watching over my shoulder. Now, there's a connection here that's fascinating. Free thinkers, people who actually think for themselves and challenge the group, often have higher testosterone. I don't know if you've noticed this, but the higher your testosterone, the more likely you are to stand up and challenge the herd. Biologically, it's because you're more ready to defend your views, even if it gets ugly. Historically, calling out 5 guys at once could mean a fight, right? So if you're too afraid to face that, you're just going to sit down and agree with the group. There's actual research on this. People who aren't scared of confrontation, people with that drive to stand up and question things, they're more likely to have independent ideas. Fish swim in schools, right? It's safety in numbers. And that's what you see. Most people are just going with the flow. And yeah, it's funny. You can usually look at someone and get a sense of where they stand. Politics, opinions, whatever, you can tell if someone's got that independent spark or if they're just another one of the school. It's like, yeah, I can see exactly where you're at. Look, biology is a massive part of everything. And yeah, I'm with you on that. My perspective, it's biased like every damn person on this planet. I'm wired with a mindset of I'll handle my own business or I'll be just fine on my own. That's how I grew up. That's in my blood. You're right. I get it. But here's the thing. It's to each their own. I'm not saying everyone should pack up and move to Serbia. There are mobsters there who'll eat people alive, no question. But for me, this is my game, my setup. And that's why I tell the guys who follow me, especially the young ones, listen, life's hard as hell. As a man, it's brutal. And if you want to win, you better become a top tier man. I can't give you some magic formula that lets you stay weak and still come out on top. I can only tell you what I did. I got rich, I got sharp, I built a network that no one dares to mess with, and I made my life bulletproof. That's what I did. But when you ask me, how can I stay compliant, stay weak, keep my head down, and still dodge tyranny, I say you can't. That's why I teach what I do, and maybe that's why people find me so damn dangerous. I tell people there's no mental toughness, no strength of opinion if you don't have a strong body backing it up. First thing, get in the gym. I don't give a fuck if you think you're too small or weak. First, you train. No excuses. If I'm saying 2 + 2 is 5 and you're saying it's 4, we'll argue all day, but at least I'm backing up my words with reality. That's how it is on earth, all right? And I teach people this truth, men especially. You'd think we'd live in a world where teaching men to be strong, to be tough, is respected. But no, there are people out there who freak out saying, wait, if we make them stronger, we can't mess with their heads as easily with our matrix programming. That's the enemy we're dealing with. All these media darlings are out here parroting the system's agenda, calling out dangerous rhetoric. Do you really think they care about a man in crisis? They wouldn't have done a thing to help him. And if they did respond, what would they say? See a doctor, get on meds, watch my latest video? They've got nothing real to offer because they've never faced true struggle. Meanwhile, I'm out here actually saving lives, telling men the world's ruthless. If you're not competitive, life's going to crush you. You're not mentally ill, you're just in a tough world and you're falling behind. So get up, get competitive. It's hard, it's brutal, but if you make it, it's worth it. I'm only a positive force, and this is where that whole hero's arc comes in. In every story, the villain turns hero, the misunderstood outsider becomes the guy everyone wants. It's in the Bible, it's in every movie. The guy's rough, too wild, not one to be controlled. But when things get real, everyone's like, where's Batman? Same with me. One day they'll look back and realize Tate was actually a good influence. Maybe he just needed to tweak a few things, consider his impact. Fine, I'm not perfect. But to label me as dangerous and erase me, that's a disservice to every man out there. Then they turn around and pretend to care about men's mental health like they're concerned about the 18-year-old kid who's lonely, can't get a girlfriend, genuinely lost. Meanwhile, they're idolizing these celebrities. I'm telling that kid the truth. I'm saying, look, bro, forget them. They're a joke. You're not worth anything right now. If you were a woman, would you pick you? I wouldn't. So whose fault is that? The best part about being a man is you get to build yourself up from scratch. You're not born with value, you're born a blank slate. I decided I was going to be a kickboxing, Bugatti driving world-class success, and I made it happen. You get to choose too. You want to be a musician. Get your hustle on, play the game, and make yourself someone that matters. Do what you have to do, put in the work, get in the cage if you have to, and take down anyone in your way. You think you want something in life? Well, no one's handing it to you. You want to be someone, get up and make it happen. It's going to be brutal. No one's going to make it easy. But that's what separates men from the rest. Having the blank slate to create your own reality. Too many guys sit there unsure, thinking they're nothing. Look in the mirror and realize I'm not there yet, but I can become anything. You give up on that, and you're giving up on life itself. And don't buy their crap when they say they care about men's mental health. These people don't give a damn about you. They'll try to censor you, take you down, and call it helping. They hate that inner fire. Every guy has that defiance, that rebel spirit. They see it and try to kill it, because a man who stands up is a threat to their system. I'm not their enemy, and I'm not here to mess with the big players. I'm smart enough to know my place, but I've got legions of young men who believe in what I stand for, and it's for their own good, hell, for society's good too. They're fighting the wrong man if they think they can beat me down. They already failed. Here's another thing. I don't believe there's a single person on this planet who's giving it their all, shows up on time, works their ass off, has a mentor, and isn't rich. I don't buy it. If you're not rich, you're missing one of those key elements, period. You can lie to yourself all day, pretend you're doing the work, but if you're real with yourself, if you're honestly asking, am I finding the people who can teach me what I want to know? Am I really trying my best? The answer is no. Every single time. And let me tell you, just being around people with money, that's half the battle. I'll give you an example. I was in Romania with my car collection, probably the biggest one in the country. I got 28 supercars, everything you can think of. I pulled up in this town called Cluj-Napoca, right near the Hungary border, in my Bugatti Chiron. Parked up, chilling. Some kid comes over, says, hey, can I take some photos of your car? I run a car spotting page. I'm like, yeah, whatever, go ahead. He takes the pics, and after he's done, he asks, hey, do you want the photos? I'm like, nah, man, I got plenty of pics already. Then he's like, well, if you change your mind, here's my email. Cool kid, but that's the hustle. That's how you start. You surround yourself with success, put yourself in the right circles, and sooner or later it rubs off. But you got to be willing to put in the work, no excuses. So I asked this kid, why the fuck do you spend all day taking photos of other people's cars? Isn't that a waste of time? Honestly, I thought it was a complete waste, but I was wrong. The kid goes, I ditched school and college because I figured if I take photos of rich people's cars and send them the pics, I'll have the email addresses of the richest people in Romania. I'm like, damn, that's smart. Kid's thinking. I ended up hiring him on the spot. Yeah, I said, I like you. He walked away with a full-time job that day. Now he works for me, and this kid's pulling in 10 grand a month in Romania. That's what I mean. He understood the game, get near the money. People say they're broke, but they're just sitting on their asses, stuck in the same place. This 17-year-old knew I got no money, but money's over there. Let me get closer to it. That's the mentality. Even if you don't have a cent to your name, get your ass to meetings about real estate investing, whatever. Especially if it's cheap or free, just get around people who have money. Have conversations about money, breathe it and talk about it. How the hell are you going to get something you don't even talk about? That's what I tell men. You think life's hard? Welcome to reality. Life as a man has always been shit. It's never been easy. When guys come to me saying, I'm depressed, life's hard, I'm struggling, I'm like, no shit, that's how it's always been. Happiness, that's for children and women. Show me a time in history when it was easier to be a man. Was it better during World War II? Was it fun to be on the Titanic? How about being a man during the Napoleonic Wars, or when the Mongols showed up to chop your head off and enslave your family? Or maybe you think building the pyramids was a blast. Nah, man. Being a man has always been hard. The only time being a man is good is if you become exceptional. Even feminists admit that. They complain about men and talk about, oh, men have this, men have that, but they're only talking about the top 2% of men. They're not talking about the average dude. Most men are out there doing shit jobs, carrying trash, barely making it. So don't give me that crap. Everybody knows the best human experience belongs to the top 2% of men. Anything less, you might as well be a chick, because life's gonna suck. So here's the truth I tell men: life's always gonna be hard. It's always gonna suck. The only way out is to become excellent, to rise above all the bullshit. You have to become strong, smart, interesting, and charismatic. You've got to get rich, powerful, and connected. You have to make yourself one of the top guys. Now, can every man do that? Fuck no. But if you want to escape the grind, if you want to live a life worth talking about, you have no choice. You got to do the work. People come to me whining my life shit, and you know what I say? Yeah, no shit. The problem with most people is they don't get the difference between a dream and a damn plan. They think life is going to just hand them greatness on a silver platter. Newsflash, it won't. You see someone in killer shape, you don't think he just tripped and fell into it. No, he trained his ass off, he ate right, and he stuck to a routine. He followed a plan. The same thing goes for making money. Most broke people, you ask them if they want to be rich, they're like, yeah, of course. Then you ask them, what's your plan? And they say, I'll win the lottery. Are you fucking kidding me? You've got no plan, no discipline, no daily moves that actually mean something. You're just sitting around hoping the universe drops cash on you. Spoiler alert, it's not happening. If you're going to get anywhere, you need a real plan. And not some vague idea either. I'm talking about a set of actions, things you do every single day relentlessly until you see results. That's how I did it. That's how anyone who's worth a damn does it. But no, most people are either too damn lazy or too arrogant to make that commitment. It's not even about intelligence, it's about balls. You lay out a plan, give them the blueprint, and what do? They talk themselves out of it, think they know better, or just sit on their ass. Too lazy, too full of themselves to get serious about winning. And then they wonder why they're stuck. And let me tell you another thing, this obsession people have with happiness, total bullshit, especially for men. If you're out here chasing happiness, then you're chasing the next cheap thrill. You're looking to get drunk high or whatever other nonsense you think will make you happy. But it's all temporary, all just a damn distraction. As a man, you shouldn't be hunting for happiness, you should be hunting for pride. Pride in yourself, pride in what you accomplish. You want a sense of satisfaction, earn it by doing the hard things, by pushing yourself to the edge, by building something worth respect. People who chase happiness end up broke, lost, and miserable because they don't have the guts to go after something real. But if you chase pride, real self-made pride, you'll make decisions you're actually proud of, ones that impact the people around you in a way that matters. So yeah, you're better off ditching this soft-ass happiness pursuit and going after something that makes you a damn legend. Every struggle you go through, every hard decision, every challenge, it builds you up brick by brick. That's why I feel like the luckiest man alive, because I've faced all that, I've built this, and I keep pushing. God's given me the strength, the power, and the damn drive to keep leveling up. And that, my friend, is real success. When some guy comes up to me crying, oh, I'm so sad, my heart's broken, or life's been hard to me, I look at him and say, good fucking good. The universe handed you a golden resource. You've been given an endless well of drive pain to fuel you, and you're wasting it. You don't realize it, but all that hurt, that's like nitrous oxide for your engine. You've just got to know how to burn it right. I'm the luckiest man alive, because every single hardship, every bad turn, all of it has been the foundation for me to build myself into the unstoppable man I am today. I don't sit around thinking, am I spending too much money? Nah. If I ever thought I was overdoing it, I just go out and make more. Problem solved. Now, everyone talks about efficiency. I get it, work smart, not hard. Sure, that's true, but here's the real deal. First, you've got to put in the hours, fill every damn minute with action. Then, and only then, does working smart even mean something. If you think working smart means putting in an hour a day, you're still a lazy bastard. You should be putting in smart and hard work for 15 hours a day if you want to win. That's how the game's played. I was talking to this young guy recently. He's like 22, caught the crypto wave, made $4 million in a bull run, and now he's sitting on $1.5 million after a dip. And he's like, I'll just wait for the next pump. And I told him straight up, bro, you're screwed. You think life's just one big game of easy money. You got no skills, you got no work ethic, and you think you're set. That crypto pump didn't teach you a damn thing. He didn't learn a single skill, no sales, no marketing, no staff management, no grit, nothing. Now he's gambling on shit coins, waiting for the next easy win. Meanwhile, he's a 22-year-old with zero real-world value. That's trouble. Making money's easier than ever. But that doesn't mean the mindset's there. I remember when I was broke, I thought the whole world was broke. Then I got rich, and it's like, damn, everyone's got money. Every car I want sold out. Diamond watches sold out. Jets fully booked. Yachts packed. When you finally hit it big, you realize just how many people are out there stacking cash. And now you're asking who are all these people and why are they winning? Because they know the game, they're in the arena. If you want to play with the big dogs, you better learn how to do the same. Now stop whining and go make more money. The world's full of it, but you're too lazy to grab it. Think about your last tough lesson. How many times did life give you the easy way out, a way to learn without losing, but you didn't take it? We all wake up thinking I got away with it. Until life smacks you. That's the truth. There are only two ways to learn: hard and harder. The smart ones take the lesson the hard way. Idiots, they get the lesson the hardest way possible. People ask me, when do you stop to look back? I don't want to look back. That's what keeps me sharp. Other people get comfortable. They think I made it. Time to chill. I'm not about that life. I'm not here to relax. I'm here to win. Sitting here chilling, is that supposed to be the goal? Hell no. When I'm not on my phone, my brain's twitching to know what's happening on it. I'm not made for rest. I'm wired to keep going, to keep grinding. Ain't no rest for the wicked, and that's why no one will ever beat me. Relax? I don't think so. Look, all these other people, they're working just so they can sit around and relax. They hustle just to take a break. I'm at a point where I'll look at a beautiful woman and, yeah, she's stunning. I could take her out, wine and dine, maybe even fall in love, right? But honestly, I'd rather just look. I'd rather be glued to my phone building empires than wasting time on dates. I don't want to date girls. I want to own the damn world. I don't care about anything else. And the thing is, I know I've only tapped into what maybe 10% of my actual potential. That pisses me off. I don't care how many millions I'm pulling in, or if the whole internet calls me the most Googled man alive. I can still see gaps, places I'm not maximizing. There's always more money to be made and inefficiencies to crush. Money isn't everything. Yeah, but it's a clean scoreboard. Numbers don't lie. A company tracks success with numbers. YouTubers track views and subscribers. Same damn thing. You want to measure success in life. Money might not be everything, but it's an easy way to track who's winning because it's numbers. Simple. Once you get, it's about other people's time and energy. You start thinking, all right, I've got this empire now, staff, friends, people I love, people counting on me. And look around, this world spiraling into chaos. They're talking about locking us into 15-minute cities for climate or whatever other nonsense is coming our way. How do I fight that? How do I protect everyone in my circle? I need people, I need resources. And for that, I need money. $1 billion is nothing. Tristan looks at me and says, bro, we came from a single mom household and now we've got a company worth $1.2 billion, all ours. But I'm like, nah, that's not enough. We need at least 10 billion. My stress isn't from what I have, it's from knowing there's more we don't have. I remember I was 16 looking at this guy with a $400,000 car. 400 grand. Meanwhile, I'm walking miles to college because my mom can't afford a car. You think this dude's punching a clock somewhere? Hell no. He knows something about the world that I didn't, something the system doesn't teach you. And my friends were like, well, he's rich. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I'm saying he knows something that they'll never tell us. That knowledge pissed me off so much I couldn't sleep for weeks. Every time I saw someone genuinely rich, I knew every single thing they drilled into my head was bullshit. The real players, the ones with actual wealth, none of them got there by playing by the system's rules. Not a single one. Everyone knows this already. If I pull up to a BP station in a Lambo, nobody's thinking, oh, he studied hard, got his degree, climbed the corporate ladder. Hell no. They're thinking drug dealer, gangster. Why? Because deep down everyone knows that the quickest way to real money is to break the damn rules. The rules are rigged. They're not designed for you to get rich. They're designed to keep you in line, working and consuming till you die. That's the game for most people: work, consume, die. But I always knew, just like you probably feel, there had to be another way. Working for money, that's just one paradigm, and it's not even true. Once you get that your time and money don't have to be tied together, you're free. You start making your money work for you. You build a system, an entire ecosystem. I've got 6070 people around the world on my payroll moving the machine forward. Things get done, money rolls in. If it's organized, life doesn't have to be complicated. Here's the real issue with most people: they see someone with what they want, but stop there. They see the Ferrari, think, damn, I want one, and go right back to Netflix. They don't put in the work to figure out how that guy got it. They just sit, wish, and then wonder why they're losing. And by the way, if you're not interested in jets or yachts, you don't need more than $20 million, really. There's not that much to buy. Yachts, jets, better to rent. I had a jet, once owned it a few months, and then sold it. Everyone was tracking me. Even the LVMH guy, Bernard, got rid of his jet to stay off everyone's radar. So buy what you want: a house, a few cars, some diamonds, and after that, what's left? My wardrobe's full, diamond watches stacked. I've got 28 cars, drive 4. Money stops being about stuff. It's about influence, power, the ability to do what you want when you want. That's the bottom line. This world is a cutthroat, hyper-competitive game, especially for men. Most guys walk around clueless that it's all competition. And this is where I'm coming from. If the world is that damn competitive, you don't have time to be sitting around depressed. Depression is non-competitive. So while you're over there feeling sorry for yourself, I'm out here wanting the money, you want the girl, you want the car, the status, the house, and I'm going to take all of it And you're not, because I'm competing and you're sitting there like a loser. It's a game, and in any game you need to build a mindset that makes you an absolute weapon. If you want to avoid competition, fine, just don't complain when you lose, because losers by definition are those who don't win. Yeah, look, I had the best upbringing anyone could ask for. I had real parents, solid ones, and no damn money. And thank God I didn't get rich or famous too young. These people getting internet famous at 19, they're missing out on life, or real life. I had real jobs, went through real struggles. I was actually broke, taking the bus, hustling to pay rent, doing the real shit that makes you tough. And let me be real here, I always say I'm not rich, I'm just a poor guy with a ton of money. Not to flex, but people always ask, so let's settle it. I've been insanely successful. I've got hundreds of millions. We just got a valuation on everything I own. And yeah, it's almost at $1 billion. So yeah, Top G is officially a billionaire. We're doing all right. Now let's be clear about one thing. If you're born into wealth, if you're handed everything, you're not even playing the same game. There's nothing to fight for, nothing to prove. You end up aimless, unhappy. But flip the perspective here. If you're born with everything, like into a banking dynasty with all the money in the world, money's worthless. You could buy a new Ferrari every hour and not even care. So what drives you? Control. Controlling other people, feeding that ego. And that's when games get real. Add a warped belief that you're somehow superior, that because of your family line, you're better than everyone else. So now you're looking at the rest of us, the peasants, and you're thinking, why did they listen? Why did they comply? Why did they put masks on to enter a restaurant, take it off to eat, put it on again, to go to the toilet? I'll tell you why, because they think it's funny. It's a power play, a test of compliance, plain and simple. It's not about safety or science, it's about seeing how far they can push people. The truth is, these people running the show, they're broken. They've got all the money they could ever need, and it's still not enough. Take COVID, for example. Yeah, I keep bringing it up, but it's an easy one. Everyone lived through it, everyone remembers it. It's a perfect example of how power and control are the real currency for these people. So here's the reality. If you're at a gas station at 3 a.m. and a Lambo rolls up with some guy stepping out of it, your first thought isn't, oh, that dude studied hard. No, you're thinking gangster, criminal, drug dealer. Because deep down you know the truth. The real money isn't being made by following the rules. Look, people see money and they don't associate it with some degree from university. But then they turn around and say, oh, I want to make money, guess I'll go to uni. It's dumb as hell. It makes zero sense. Everybody deep down knows the path laid out by the system doesn't get you where you want to be. I didn't know exactly what the other way was back then, but I had this deep instinctual distrust for everything they tried to push on me. So I went searching and I found my own way. If you go to the richest people around, ask any of them, what got you rich? Do you think a single one of them is going to say, oh yeah, school did it, mate? No, none of them care about their grades. None of them are where they are because they got A's and GCSEs. It's all nonsense indoctrination. I knew it. And because I knew it, I went looking for something else. When you're actually searching, you find it. So people come to me and say, what do I do? I'm just the average guy. And my answer then, stop being the average guy. It's that simple. You can't afford to be average anymore. This is in the 1950s. The idea that you can just be a hard-working, law-abiding citizen and get a good life is dead and buried done. If you think you're going to work hard, obey the laws, and somehow have it made wrong, just following the rules and doing your job, you'll stay broke. They'll tax you to infinity, and you'll stay right where they want you, trapped in their system, a little peon, a lifetime slave. You have to get to a level where you're making so much money that, well, I'm not saying break the law, but let's say you can bend the hell out of it. And once you're there, the game changes. Suddenly, tax laws work differently for you, and you can start seeing the loopholes that you never even knew existed. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying break the rules outright. I'm saying get to a level where the rules don't apply to you the same way. And here's what the clueless average people don't get. They think taxing the rich is the solution, but they don't have a damn clue about how money works. They think rich people are working a job that can just be taxed more. They think in tiny little boxes because they have no clue how the world really operates. And then you have guys who waste months over a breakup. Oh, my girl left me. Boo-hoo, you wasted months over a chick. Do you know how blessed you are that you have the luxury of wasting months of your life over some girl? If I waste a month, things crumble, empires fall, I end up behind bars or worse. I don't have time to waste a second. Every day counts. These people are spoiled rotten by their reality, living with zero urgency. If you're going through life without a hyper-competitive mindset where you can stand up against the most dangerous men alive, both allies and enemies, you're absolutely spoiled by your own circumstances. You're too soft, and it's because you don't know what real hunger, real drive feels like. And that's why you'll never get it. There's only 3 reasons you're not rich, and don't even try to argue otherwise. You're either stupid, lazy, or arrogant. And let me tell you, stupid is the smallest category. People think, oh, there's loads of dumbasses out there. Yeah, but there are plenty of dumbasses who are loaded. There's so much money in this world that to be so brain dead you can't make any, that's barely even 5% of the population. Now, the real culprit's arrogance and laziness. You're lazy because you whine about needing time for yourself. Or it's the evening and I should relax, or it's competitive out there. You're damn right. It's competitive. While you're talking about balance, some guy in Islamabad is working all hours for pennies doing what you're too soft to do. You want to be lazy, fine, but no, you're competing against people like me, billionaires working 18-hour days. You think I sit back and relax? I close deals in my car at my desk at night. When I sleep, I'm done within seconds. So if you want to kick back, don't complain when you lose. But here's the main reason you're broke: arrogance. At least half of you are way too damn arrogant. Most people are hopelessly arrogant. They'll turn down guidance and say, I can figure it out myself. And that arrogance, it's the reason they'll stay at the bottom forever. Every single thing that's great in my life came because someone taught me. My dad taught me chess. My kickboxing coach turned me into a killer. You get taught. But most people, they're so damn arrogant, they think they're too good to learn. And that right there is why they're broke as fuck. It's not because they're stupid, it's because they're arrogant, pure truth. Shame is a weapon, a tool that actually works. You got a guy getting fat in the house and all of us start calling him out like, you fat fuck. What are you eating that for? Guess what? He'd start training real quick. Shame motivates men. It's why I live with other top men, 6 of EM, my brother, my fight coach, guys I've known for 20 years. We're in this huge compound, and if I see my brother up an hour before me training, I'm pissed. That fire pushes us to keep going, to level up every damn day. It's a brotherhood that keeps us razor sharp. People talk about me and Tristan, our brotherhood, our bond. It's built on competition. But listen, we're not competing against each other to beat each other down. We're competing to show each other who's the best damn teammate in this war against the Matrix. My drive to beat him, it's not because I don't like him, it's to show him I'm an asset. And that's a different mentality. That's what most of you don't get. Brotherhood is about pushing each other, competing in a way that makes you both strong. There's already enough enemies out there. So get your ego under control and say, look, we've got enough people who want us dead. We're blood. We've got to unite. Tristan and I are always competing, but it keeps us lethal. That's why masculine competition is one of the most crucial things I teach brotherhood. And it's true what they say, you are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with most. You want to get your game on point, find people who are winning. You're going to elevate automatically. If you surround yourself with strong, driven men who hold themselves accountable, then guess what you're going to be accountable to? That's how you become unbreakable. Now, I don't keep losers around. If I have a friend who starts being a weak little shit crying about life and he won't get his act together, I'll push him hard to fix it. But if he doesn't step up, I'm out. I'll tell him, why are you slacking? What are you whining about? Get up, let's train. And if he doesn't, gone. Go get eaten by wolves. That's the reality. The people around you infect you for better or worse. I can't afford to let some weak mindset get to me. If you've got a true brotherhood, you're accountable to yourself and to them, and that's how you unlock the power to do anything. People will use any excuse to cover up being lazy. No one wants to say I'm lazy, so they hide behind bullshit like, that's a scam, or I work smart, not hard. Yeah, right. That's just code for I don't want to work. You actually believe that work smart, not hard, or nah? I believe in both. But here's the problem. Most people are trying to do the smart work before they've done a damn ounce of hard work. It's like talent. You don't even know if you're talented until you've put in the work. I could be the most gifted tennis player on earth, but if I've never stepped foot on a tennis court, some random Joe is going to smoke me. You only start to see if you've got talent after you've grinded hard enough to be in the top 1%. That's when the talent shows up. You think you're special, you'll never know until you're grinding at that top level. You got to do the hard work first. Smart work only kicks in after that. These people who say I work smart, so I only need an hour a day, fine, then work smart for 12 hours and see how much further you get. I believe in hard work, I'm obsessed with it. I have all this money and I'm still grinding every single day. Every part of my life is work. This podcast, work. I get in the car, go to another meeting, that's work. Going to the gym to stay in top shape, work. Sleeping with a chick, still work, cause she's going to be on my arm at Cannes or wherever, bringing more status to my name. It's all part of the hustle. People want to talk about work-life balance and taking it easy. That's a loser mindset. If you want to win, you better be ready to outwork every guy who's willing to throw his entire life into it. This is player vs. player. If you say I only want to work an hour a day, then the guy who doesn't care if he works 12 hours is going to destroy you. There's always a dude out there just as smart as you, but working more hours than you're willing to put in. And that's just the way it is. And speed, most people waste time and tell themselves it's just a week or it's just a day. Bro, that's why you're broke. You treat time like it's cheap. That's why you'll stay poor. You say, I'll do it tomorrow. It's just an hour. It's just a day. You're competing against people like me who don't waste a single second. Being an average guy, it's a trap, and it's always going to suck. The only way to live a good life as a man is to be exceptional, to bust your ass, to stand out. They don't want you to know this. They want you depressed, barely making enough to pay taxes, and just comfortable enough to keep working for someone else. You think anyone cares about men's mental health? They don't give a shit how many guys are out here killing themselves. That's why they hate me, delete me, try to silence me. They don't want men waking up to this. That's why I talk about the Matrix. People say, why do you keep talking about the Matrix? I say, because you're living in it. Most of you are in a computer-controlled, manufactured reality, believing everything you see on the news. They're feeding you a fake reality, keeping you just brainwashed enough to do your crappy job, pay your taxes, and die broke. It's just like the Matrix movie, bro. They're using your body, manipulating your mind just to get what they want out of you. And once you're no longer useful, you're done. You want the truth? Here it is. People keep asking me why I'm so dead set on fighting the Matrix, and I'll tell you why, because it's not a choice. Either you're standing up and fighting against the garbage the Matrix feeds you, or you're eating it up and fighting against yourself. You're at war either way, but you either fight against their lies or you fight yourself every damn day. Look, if you're a full-grown man swallowing every bit of bullshit on the news, you're screwed. Miserable, broke, divorced, barely getting by. No way out of it. Your life's already halfway to hell if you're buying what they sell. I've never once seen a guy who actually lives a great life who isn't completely convinced of his own strength. Success demands that belief. Weak men who let life slap them around, they go nowhere. Big dreams don't come to the weak-hearted. And if she leaves me, say she's one of those girls who just bails. You think I care? Nah. I'll still be winning. She'll still be crying. Generations from now, my bloodline will still be winning, while hers looks back in shame, wondering why their great-great-great-grandfather was a loser who let a woman break him. Chess and fighting, it's the same. It's all about knowing the next move, countering your opponent's plan. No luck involved. You lose, you messed up. No such thing as a lucky punch. You get knocked out. That's not luck, that's skill. Same with chess, brutal self-accountability. Lost a match, you missed something. Reflect on it. Watch it back. It's on you, not your opponent. Don't ever point fingers. Chess taught me that. Take that mindset to fighting, and it's the same thing. It's just you and your enemy. That's why I chose to fight. You think I'm here for fun? I'm here to hurt people, plain and simple. Listen, here's another thing people don't get about men like me and anyone rich. We don't own a damn thing, not directly. Wealth is structured, it's not in your name. You think I own things? Nah. There's layers you don't even understand. And all this just express your emotions crap, dangerous as hell. You start telling men to act on every feeling, and what do you get? Anger, violence, chaos. All those school shootings, rape, the crap you see on the streets, that's because men aren't being taught control. They're told to give in to every feeling. I'm telling young men, screw your feelings. Life doesn't care. You have responsibilities, duties, and you better get on them regardless of how you feel. Want a better society? You teach men that. You teach them to hit the gym even when they don't feel like it. To push forward emotions, be damned. Listen, your girlfriend left you, your heart shattered. You don't get to stalk her like some pathetic loser. She doesn't want you good. Get the fuck over it. What I'm saying here, it's what the world needs. But they're telling you no, just express your emotions, act on every little feeling. Yeah, great idea. Sure, let's create more stalkers, rapists, and school shooters. Those are the kinds of men you get when you tell them to be emotional instead of strong. They're fucking dangerous. I say this all the time. The best things that happened to me were the worst. All the trauma, the bullshit, that's the gold. Every hardship I went through made me who I am. As a man, if you've had it easy, you can't be strong. There's being a good man, and then there's being good at being a man. To get that second one down, you've got to walk through hell. So when the Matrix tries to delete you, lies about you on every news channel, calls up every ex you've ever had to throw dirt on your name, plans, protests, calling for you to be hanged, and reporters start hounding your family, you've got to be stoic enough to look at the chessboard, analyze the next move. Say, all right, who's gunning for me today? Nobody great, better than last year. And you keep going. If you've never had trauma, you're weak. The strongest men have scars. If you call the cops, you want one who's been through hell and back. Brave men don't come from easy lives. People say, oh, I want a man who's strong, intelligent, successful. Well, you're not going to get that if he hasn't fought his battles. The best men have taken their pain and sharpened it into a weapon. Trauma is essential for men, and the Matrix doesn't get it. They try to tell you trauma is something to avoid or numb out with pills. But that's not reality. Life is going to throw shit at you, and as a man, you've got to own it, internalize it, weaponize it. That takes strength and stoicism, not more emotions. Get emotional and you'll fall apart. You'll end up like Logan Paul, crying his eyes out on TV, looking weak.